The TECNO Camon X Pro is arguably the company's best smartphone yet. Yes, I believe that this smartphone even rivals last year's flagship, the Phantom 8. So to back this up, this is my full review of the TECNO Camon X Pro. Let's start off with that design. The TECNO Camon X Pro comes in a polycarbonate plastic that mimics an aluminum build. And this is not a bad thing because one, the polycarbonate plastic ensures that the price is kept low, and it also ensures that the design is actually light enough for you to carry around without feeling that you're carrying a rock, and without pointing fingers to other companies whose phones are bulky. Anyway, moving on, and still on that design, the phone comes in a black or red color, and we had the black color with gold accent, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. I will not lie to you, this phone is a head turner. Like really, you cannot miss it. Whenever you see it, it just looks beautiful. So still on the design, we do have it's curved back. It's slightly curved to ensure that you can actually hold it in your hand and feel comfortable with it. And the phone just feels good. Like there's no better way to describe it than just it has a good feeling in the hand. And on that beautiful design is a 6-inch full HD display. Unlike the smaller Camon X, which has a HD display, the Camon X Pro has a full HD display. And thanks to that 18:9 aspect ratio, it means that the display actually covers more of the front panel than its predecessors ever did. And thanks to that 18:9 aspect ratio again, it means that we have a larger display in a smaller footprint, which is good, and that is the future. It is good to see that TECNO is jumping on this bandwagon. So let's talk about that full HD display. It is actually very colorful, gets really bright in broad daylight, and also gets really dim in darkness, so meaning it will not hurt your eyes or strain your eyes when you're trying to use it. And the display is actually really nice for media consumption, especially the Pro variant, which has the full HD. This looks really good, especially when you're watching YouTube videos and also when you're playing games. So for anyone who's into media consumption, this phone will serve you right. And now let's move on to the cameras on the TECNO Camon X. On the front we have a 24 megapixel camera, and on the back we have a 16 megapixel camera. We will start with that main camera on the back. So the 16 megapixel camera actually produces very colorful photos that look good, especially if you are in broad daylight. The photos look absolutely amazing, and sharing them online will get you all the likes that you desire and crave for. However, when we get into low light situations, it takes just a bit of a dip, so it starts to get a bit grainy, and you can actually see that TECNO would have done a better job at processing, because I believe it's not the sensor that is the problem, but it's the processing. Now let's talk about that front-facing camera, that 24 megapixel front-facing camera. It's good, like seriously, even in low light it looks really good. But there's one major issue that I have with it. When it comes to the portrait mode on this camera, something is amiss. Like something, I don't know how to describe it, but it's just wrong. Like seriously, it's wrong. And something else that is wrong is the performance of the Camon X Pro. So the device comes packed with the Hillock P23 processor, and it's not that much dated. It's a sort of a newer processor, but the problem is that it can hardly handle the tasks. But I have been made to understand that the problem is actually the GPU and not the processor itself. When you're playing games, you can actually see the frames drop, but when it comes to switching between apps, it handles tasks well. For anyone who's just switching between social media apps, you won't have any problem. But for anyone who's looking into playing games, I don't believe this is a phone for you. Anyway, moving on to the battery. So the phone itself comes with 3750 milliamp hour battery, and it is good, seeing up to 5 hours screen on time, and sometimes even going up depending on your usage and the radios that you have on. But the bigger problem here is how slow it takes to charge. Like seriously, after 1 hour you can only get around 50% charge. Like seriously, Tecno, you should have installed some sort, or you should have included some sort of fast charging. But anyway, you get what you get. So let's talk about the software. The TECNO Camon X Pro comes with iOS version 3 on top of Android 8.1 Oreo. So these are two good things that Tecno has done. Number one, they've actually shipped the phone with one of the latest versions of Android, which is much welcome, because I know before we get the next update, it will be quite a while. And two, the company has actually toned down on how much they have tweaked iOS. Like in the previous versions, iOS was actually cluttered with apps that were also settings. I think you know what I mean. Like there was a fingerprint app, and then the same could be found within the settings. There was just so much going on with iOS. The phone comes with face unlock. Again, this is the first time that we're seeing such a feature on a Camon device, and it works marvelous. I was surprised. Like the first time I actually tried it, the phone unlocked so fast, I doubted the security. If you can remember, that is the exact same statement I said during the unboxing. But we have actually tested the phone, and it doesn't work with your eyes closed. So you can rest assured that your girlfriend or your wife will not be snooping around your phone when you're asleep. Your eyes actually have to be opened. But there is a fingerprint scanner, and that one works whether your face is there, whether your eyes are open or closed. So that one can sell you out, I guess. Anyway, something else about the face unlock, it works even in darkness, because on the front we have a flash that actually lights up your face when you're in darkness, meaning that you can unlock it in darkness. It's not reliable as much, but it's better than what we've seen with the competition. Well, so that is my review of the TECNO Camon X Pro, and in a nutshell, what I would say is, for 25,000 Kenyan shillings, this is a really good phone. The camera is better than good, both the front and the back, and the design is superb. The battery life is great, especially since it lasts you through the day, and I don't see why you should not pick it up. So if you're a Tecno fan, if you're looking for a phone around that price range, yeah, I give you the go ahead to pick up the Camon X Pro. Until next time, remember to subscribe, leave a comment down below, tell me what you think about the Camon X Pro. Do you like it? Do you have one? What is your experience so far? And also, what would you like to see come from Tecno on their next phone? Until next time, my name is Saruri Maina, and I'll see you in the next one. Kwaheri.